Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, fine. Everybody can hear me now. They couldn't hear me before.
Oh, really? The sound wasn't working?
No, it never does. I sort of try it on the iPad, and the iPad just doesn't like to listen to me. So
Yeah,
everybody knows Shane Nichols. Sadly, everybody knows Shane Nichols.
yeah, for sure.
How long's it been now, Shane?
Since all of the scamming's been going on,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's been about, I would say, a good 8 to almost 9 years now. It started happening. I joined the Marine Corps in 2008, and a couple of years after that, it started happening. People started seeing my military photos, and I think that's where, they kind of just took off from. So, yeah, and ever since then, it's been chaos. It's
I
been
mean, they
crazy.
still. The thing is, they still use those old pictures.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen them.
yep, they'll even use my watermark pictures,
Oh yeah.
like 2 years ago I started doing watermarks on my pictures and stuff, and they still use them, and apparently it still works because the people that are being, scammed, or the victims, they don't either see it or they just look past it, and but
I've
yeah.
I've just found that basically I've been shocked at stories that women believe from scammers. They'll tell them a story to cover why there's a watermark on it or something, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
okay. You know, we do.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very crazy how, and I mean no disrespect to all the victims out there, but it's crazy how a lot of people can be so gullible. Um, I can just say, just do your research. If you
Do the
see
research
something that you,
before.
what's that?
Do the research before.
Yeah,
Right at the beginning,
exactly.
do the research.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel like it's too good to be true, then it probably is. You know what I'm saying? That's just something that I always say to everybody that I've talked to. I've talked to thousands of women, that have been victims with my photos, and I always talk to them and just tell them, if you think it's too good to be true, then why did you keep going? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's crazy.
Because the scammer won't let go. I mean, they don't stop until you stop them. Because,
Oh yeah,
if you says to somebody, I think you're fake, I think you're using somebody's pictures, there'll always be a reason. And they talk them round because they don't say, oh, all right, you found out, well, bye, thanks very much. They keep
right.
saying, it's me, and
Yeah,
with a good reason. Now,
yeah, and
Sean,
then
as
yeah,
I
and
always ask everybody, I'm going to ask you where you are.
what's that?
I'm going to ask you where you are.
Yeah, I'm in the USA. I'm not in Africa or Afghanistan or, Yemen,
Syria.
Syria. I'm not there. I am in the United States. So I mean,
Uh,
yeah.
Military.
Nope, I'm not in the military anymore,
Thank
and
you.
that was a huge reason why I got out. I was in the Marine Corps for 12 years. I was a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps, and I got out. And one of the main reasons was because of this whole scamming thing.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give them more ammo to use my photos with. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So yeah, it was a big decision, but I think it was the right one with just where my life was
Yeah.
going and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So.
No, no, it's really sad that they made you do that, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is. It is, and it's just one of those things where I had to make a decision to where I thought it would have helped, other victims not using, not being able to use my photos and stuff. So I believe that it has probably helped because the only way they can get my old photos is actually going on my page and like scrolling all the way down, or I mean, I know you can Google my name and you'll find stuff on Google and all that type of stuff, but yeah.
Now, just after we'd spoken yesterday, I was on Facebook and I got a friend request. And I had to show Joe because it was hilarious. It was from Alfred Nichols, and it was you.
Yeah,
You
I
do not
know.
look like an Alfred.
Yeah,
It was Alfred Nichols, and it was you. Um,
yeah.
And it's awful that they use your daughter.
Oh yeah, they use my daughter as they say. My daughter has different names.
Yeah.
I've heard girls say that she's had several different names, and you know, I get it all the time. Like, hey, you know, a message like, hey, is your daughter named so and so? And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, are you deployed to Syria? No, I'm not. Like, if I'm posting photos of me being in the United States, like, why do you think I'm deployed? Like, you know, most military branches, you can't have facial hair. So I can't be in the military and still have facial hair. So this is like one of the first times I've ever grown out my beard, which is, you know, I think that might be helping too. But like you were saying yesterday, if we can get on this and just break some marriages up and break some relationships up, like I'm all for it.
Yeah, because we need to, because at the end of the day, that relationship that woman is having is going to be broken. So we may as well do it. But it's going to be broken because, you know, the person that she's paying to come home to her is never going to come home. So it's just going to be more and more money. And at some point, the relationship's got to end. And, you know, I've seen them go on for 3 years plus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, I've had, you know, I've had a lot of women, I would probably say in the thousands, you know, women message me, whether it be on Facebook, you know, my model Facebook page, my Instagram page, even on TikTok. And, you know, they say, you know, I've been in a relationship with you for 2 years now. Like, why are you cheating on me? Because I see photos of me and, you know, my girlfriend now. So, yeah, it's definitely crazy. You know, I have had literally FaceTime calls on Instagram talking to girls and saying, look, like, because I've had messages from them saying, you know, I just lost my house. Like, they literally had their house foreclosed on because, you know, they couldn't pay the bills anymore because they sent this person that was pretending to be me tens of thousands of dollars. And I know you were talking yesterday how, you know, someone sent like $1.2 million or something like that.
2.5 million, Shane.
2.5 million. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It is crazy.
Yeah, and it's all for love. And that's what keeps these people going is, you know, someone, you know, and all you guys that are victims out there, like, this is not against you. But, you know, a lot of them, they want love and they love the attention that this individual is giving them. So it just keeps them going. And I think that's what keeps them giving them more money and these iTunes
also,
gift cards and stuff.
It's like, you know, if you see the chat that they've had with the scammers, it's the scammer actually says very little. You know, it's love you, baby, and how are you, baby, and have you eaten, and you know, have you got the payment slip, or you know, can you send me a gift card tomorrow or something? And it's just constant. But in between each ask for money, you've got love you, baby, and you're everything. Or you've got a nice little bit of copy and paste they found on Google.
Yeah.
You know, which, you know, no man's ever going to send. And what, you know, what I like as well in doing these is they hear your conversation voice. Yeah. And the fact that you don't say honey at the end of every sentence.
No, I don't. No.
I don't know anybody that does.
No, I don't get that. And just the fact that, you know, a lot of these, and I've seen messages and stuff, and a lot of them, like, kind of like what you were saying, like, they don't speak very well English. No. So, you know, that's just a red flag right there, you know.
And they don't try, some of them. And, you know, if you answer them back pretty quickly and they haven't got time to sort of get their little next bit of copy and paste, you can always catch them out. Right. But it's getting the women to want to catch them out. Yeah, you know? For sure. Definitely. Because another thing, if you were away somewhere, say you were still in the military, we'll go back to when you were deployed. Yep. I suppose the last thing you're going to do is sit and go through Instagram or Facebook and start sending messages to women. Yeah, exactly. So when you're deployed, like I deployed to Afghanistan, and you know, when you're deployed, you're there for a reason. You know, you have a job. Most of the times, you know, you're
either working 12 to 16 hours a day, and when you're off, you don't have much time to do anything but sleep.
Yeah.
So the fact that these scammers are saying, oh, well, I'm deployed to here, I'm deployed to there, and they have all this time to be able to talk to you, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So there's a lot of red flags that people can pick up on, but I just think that it's the love and the attention that these individuals are getting that makes it all worth it. You know what I'm saying? To be able to send them more money.
Yeah. And what gets me, what I really hate about this is really, when you think about it, the objective of the person doing the scamming, it's the opposite of love, isn't it? It's absolute.
Oh, yeah.
You've got somebody sat in a room. You've got somebody sat in a room across the world. Now, this man that sat in a room is so good looking, he's got to use your pictures to get money, because he can't get money with his own pictures, because he's little and skinny and not very good looking. So he's a loser. I mean, basically, he's got to use somebody else. Yeah,
and I've actually talked to one of the individuals that actually scammed someone that I became pretty good friends with. And, I got his username and stuff, and I started messaging him, and he apologized. He was just like, look, like, I live in Nigeria, and most of them are from Nigeria. He's like, I live in Nigeria. I'm very broke. This is the only way that I can actually be able to live. And, I did feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, you can't feel bad for someone that's taking advantage of a victim, making them fall in love with someone that is not even them. And then on top of that, just keep, stealing money from them, because that's what they're doing, is stealing money. So it's
and very often, very often, this the government's terrible. We've got no jobs. We can't do anything. Then very very often it's usually my cat, but she's not. But yeah, very often it's they're sat on their iPhone.
Yeah.
They've got a MacBook in front of them. You look on their face. If you get on the Facebook accounts, they've got a couple of gold chains. They've got a flashy watch.
Oh, and,
yeah. We every day, every single day, I bet we have 20 or 30 women who send 5 figures plus. They're not broke. The ones that do it and do it well and do it best.
Right.
But they don't like to be hated. They like forgiveness.
Yeah.
So they need forgiveness of you as well.
Yeah. Yep. No, I get it. I agree 100%. Yeah.
They're scum, basically. But
100%.
But scum that work. It works what they're doing, and that's what we've got to stop.
Right.
And if we can get it around, because what we've done with the other chats that we've done, when somebody comes to us and says, my friend's been scammed by these pictures, or I've been talking to these pictures, we show them. So we show you chatting there with the cat in the background. It's clearly not in Afghanistan.
Right.
And how you talk, because if they do a voice call, they're not American.
No. And I've on my Instagram, so I'm just gonna shout out my social media. So anybody that is on here that is feeling like they are talking to a fake profile, you can go on my profile and actually see that you're talking to a fake. But my main profiles on TikTok is Shane.Nichols, Instagram is Shane Nichols, and then my Facebook business, or my Facebook fan page, I think, is like Shane Nichols Model. But those are my 3 main pages that I use. And if you see something that says like Nichols and like 5 numbers after that, like who has a profile that has 5 to 12 numbers after it? It's just because their profiles got taken down. They're they need to make a new one, so they have to repeat these numbers to make it different from the one that they just got blocked and reported on.
They've started sort of putting a dot in the middle now, so they would have like SHA.NE Nichols or something that, so that they can make it look a little bit better. But then they've got like 5 pictures, 5 followers, and 1,951 following.
Yeah, so it's insane.
The numbers don't add up.
Yeah, no, it doesn't add up at all. Nope.
And the 5 pictures are being put on all at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'll have one, you'll have a profile that within the last 2 days, there's 50 photos, and it's like, who, you know, not many people do that.
With no comments, because you
Right.
have normal not on all of yours.
Yeah.
As soon as you put something on, there are people coming and saying things. There are friends that you've got saying things.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So let's go back to when you are in the army.
Okay.
Sorry, the Marines. You weren't.
Alexa, turn off. Sorry, I got some music going.
Yeah,
we can go back to that.
my Alexa keeps telling me to try again. She's fallen out with me. Yeah. So when you're in the military, what I want to get over, if anybody's talking to somebody, we've already said that you're not in the military, but when you are in the military, you do not need money for anything.
No, yeah, I remember. Yeah, so when you're in the military, you're getting, you know, you got healthcare, you got enough money to, you know, I mean, when you're over there, you're literally doing your job. You don't really have time to spend any money whatsoever, besides if you have family back home, you know, or you have a house back home or some bills back home. That's the only money that you're spending, you know, money on. So you're not broke. There's no way that the government's gonna send someone overseas and have them be a broke individual. You know, like I was in Afghanistan, I was making $8,000 a month. You know, to some that's nothing, to some that's a lot. So it just depends.
But you've got access to it. You know, it's not like,
oh yeah, 100%.
That's a story I cannot get my head around. Is the fact that the scammer will say, I do not have access to my money while I am deployed.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Or they'll say, well, I need money.
How could that be?
Right. They'll say, I need money to come see you. You know, I've seen it thousands of times. I need, well, sweetie, baby, I need money to come see you, to visit you. You know, send me $2,000 so I can get a plane ticket out of the country. And that's another thing, too. The only branch that, if you're deployed, is the Army. So if the Army, if you're in the Army, you can get 2 weeks of leave during your deployment, because they usually deploy for like a year. Within the Marine Corps, you're only deployed for like 6 to 7 months. So if you're in the Marine Corps, you can't get, you're not able to go home. So that's another thing that I think a lot of people need to be aware of as well. But yeah, so yeah, if you're deployed, if a service member is deployed, they don't need any money. Like, I promise you that. We are very well taken care of.
And they get some amazing letters from the commander.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's another thing, too. You know,
so happy he's a very valued member of this corps, and so happy he's found love, and we're happy to let him go to make some marriage.
No, that's not going to happen. If for some reason the commander was talking to this scammer person or this individual, like they would not let them go home for any reason whatsoever. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're there for a mission, you're there to have a job, you're there for a certain reason. They're not just going to let you go home on a whim and say, oh, well, I have to go see my wife that I've never met, but we're going to go get married, you know, within the next 2 weeks.
I mean, if it's I only know the British military. Obviously I don't know the American military, but I know the British military very well. And you know, everybody is there to do a job, and within your unit you have that job to do, so you can't just disappear. And I've seen some leave forms that they send out, and it's like you can have 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 months, 12 months.
Yeah, no,
it just could not happen. It
doesn't happen.
Impossible.
Nope.
I've seen things like he's lost the gun and he's got to pay for it before he can leave.
Oh yeah, they come up with very interesting reasons and excuses why they're able to go home or why they need money. I mean, I will honestly say a lot of them are very smart on how they can get around different questions. Like, well, I just, like, you know, a victim will say, well, I know the real Shane Nichols, you know, and then the person will be like, oh, well, that's just another profile. Like you were saying yesterday, like they say, oh, well, that's just someone managing that page, but this is my actual secret profile where I talk to, you know, only people that I love or something like that.
Yeah. So we've got to get people to look, really, to look at what they're doing. As you know, my little pet hate is age is just a number.
Yeah. Yep.
and you are wanting to marry, because, you know, Alfred came to me yesterday and he was in love with me in 8 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yep.
you know, we've got to get over the fact as well that if you've got a young military person, there is no way in hell that he's going to be chasing somebody 30, 35 years older.
Exactly. You hit it.
So,
You hit the nail on the head.
yeah.
Exactly. And that's a huge thing is,
Mm.
you know, they don't think about that. They just think about it as, oh my gosh, like this young, good-looking individual is coming to me and they want to talk to me and now they're in love with me. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like what am I going to do? Oh, he needs money. Well, I'm just going to send him money, you know, like,
everything's very nice. I'll send him the thousands that he wants. Yeah.
right. Yeah. No, yeah. It's, you know, people just have to really think about what is actually going on. Step back and think like, wow, why is this, you know, good looking individual wanting to talk to me or wanting to get with me or, you know, whatever the case may be. I know they prey on, you know, like you were saying, the older women. They prey on a lot of women that I feel like they have, you know, no self-confidence. So for someone to come into their life and like, you know, bring them up and make them happy and give them self-confidence and self-esteem, you know, it really makes that victim, you know, fall in love that much faster and, you know, want to support this scammer, but, you know, it's really me or someone else on just as a face. But yeah.
They do say that, you know, sort of as soon as the scammer comes on, you know, we've got one of our admins who went through a really sort of nasty scam, and she says that, you know, as soon as a scammer came on, she had a high. It was really high. It was, oh, he was here, and she felt happy and everything like that, even though she was selling things to send to him. You know, she really felt happy at what was coming to him. And I always think that, oh, it's all right talking to them, and it's all right you having this lover who's 35 years younger than you, but, you know, imagine once he came home and you went to the Marines Bowl and everybody thought you had his grandma with him. You know, in real life, it wouldn't happen, Shane.
Right, exactly.
And we've got to think about real life.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Like I was saying, they need to step back and realize, like I said earlier, and just think, if this is too good to be true, then it most likely is too good to be true. You know, and that's just it, plain and simple. Like, there's nothing more realistic about that quote. You know, like if it seems like it's too good to be true, then it probably is.
And real men don't do it, basically.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you're not going to have, if someone actually cared about a person, they're not going to meet them and talk to them and then, you know, literally within that same day or a couple of days later start asking for money or iTunes gift cards or all these other gift cards. They're not going to do that. They're going to want to get to know them, you know, on a more intellectual basis. So it's crazy.
One thing that I would like to cut down on, and I have to say, at times it works, at other times it doesn't. I would like less people to contact you.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's another huge thing. You know, I get messages all day long, you know, between Instagram, Facebook, you know, on my Facebook page, my fan page, or on, like I was saying, all the other social medias that I have. You know, they're messaging me saying, hey, I see someone, or I was just talking to someone that has, you know, your pictures on their, you know, their profile. It's like, I get it. Like, you know, you don't have to tell me. I know there's thousands of fake profiles of me out there. What I would ask you to do is, if you know it's a fake profile, you don't need to message me, just report it and block it. That's all. That's like the best thing you can do. Report it and block it and move on with your life and just, you know.
Ladies, send it to us.
Yeah, or send it to Scam Haters United, you know, send it to.
You know, we send long lists in every day to Instagram, and Instagram removes them. We don't do, you know, we don't depend on the awful auto system. We do it Monday to Friday. We send in long lists, and what you can find is, if we can get people to identify with you, not your pictures, then we do get more people who find you and send them to us, and it works. But I would like very much that they contacted you less, because you can do nothing about it. You do not need to know about it. They'll say to us, well, if you could just let him know that I need to talk to him. I want to talk over my scam with him. Why?
Right. Yeah, they
You've
just
never been a part of it.
they and I've heard it several times. You know, they feel like they know me. They feel like they're in love with
Yeah.
me, so
Yeah.
they want to hear it from me that it's not real. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like it is what it is. You just have to, I guess, accept it and just move on and just realize that I can't do anything about it. So the best thing that you can do is just report it and block it and just
And don't,
keep moving
and
forward.
please, ladies, nobody, please do not contact his girlfriend, because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, that's
really
another
not
thing.
fair.
That's a huge thing that I've dealt with the
You
past.
see, this lady, honestly, his girlfriend deserves a medal as big as garbage can lid,
Oh yeah.
because of what she's got to put up with.
Yeah, my whole family has dealt with it. You know, I've got my brothers have gotten calls, you know, about people asking him if they know me, and you know, I've had family people. It's insane. Like it bugs the hell out of me, but they're just confused and they want the the right answer to everything. But you know, the right thing to do is to not contact my family or not contact these these I guess victims' families and stuff like that. So
I mean, talk it up with us. I know we're not the same. I know we're not Shane. We're not any of the other men that we talk about, but talk it up with us, because you want to talk over your scam. He can't do anything that we can't tell you. And
right.
It's not fair. I mean, if it was Brad Pitt, they're not going to try and
Right.
contact Brad Pitt, because they're falling in love with him. You're much better than Brad Pitt, Shane.
Yeah, and there's
but
there's been
are they?
Yeah, there's been several times where I have, and I do read some of the messages. I'll go through all my message requests and all that, but I get so many a day, like it's just insane. But I will go through some of them, and if I feel the need to message back or something, I will just say a voice message, or I'll just do like a little, video recording, because, it tears me up when I see someone say like, oh, I just lost my house and my family has no food or no money to even be able to eat. Like that just tears me apart. So, and they're just asking and dying for me just to say like, hey, can you just tell me that, this is a fake profile I'm talking to and you're not talking to me.
Yeah.
I've had one woman, she tried to kill herself, and the next day she woke up in a hospital. She woke up in a hospital and like messaged me and said, I just tried to kill myself, and she showed me pictures and all that, and I literally, like, I wanted to cry. And I feel for some of these women, and it sucks. And and I video message her, and I just kind of like, look, like, I'm so sorry this happened, like this is insane. But yeah, it's hard when it comes to that.
I had a lady today, and it wasn't your pictures, but it was military, and she'd lost $65,000, and she wanted me to help her get her money back, because they were foreclosing on the house, because she'd taken a second mortgage on the house. And she couldn't pay it. She couldn't pay it, and of course he wasn't coming home. But money sent to scammers does not come back.
No. Yeah, once you send it, it's gone.
It's all gone forever. They've got it. It's not in Nigeria. It's round the necks. It's in bottles of champagne. It does not come back to you.
Oh yeah, yep. And then in the moment you guys do, this is another thing I should say. If there's a time where this works most of the time, but if you say like, oh, I know the real person, like, or you just tag me in the message or something like that, either they're gonna block you right away and never talk to you again, because now they're, they got caught. So what are they going to do besides block you and not talk to you anymore? So they're going to do that, or they're just going to come up with an excuse and say like, oh, that's just like my other, page, but this is my real one, like I was saying earlier. So if you want to get risky and you want to do something like that, just say, hey, I know the real Shane Nichols, and say something like that, or I know the real person, like you're this is a fake profile. Then most of the time they'll get mad and just be gone and block you.
And they do get mad quite easily.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They often do. The best one I've heard, the real best one I've heard, and it's been with you and somebody else as well, that that the real profile that you've got on Instagram was actually your twin brother.
Oh yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, and he wanted to use your name, and it wasn't the one she was talking to. It was the twin brother.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
You know, but they don't. They don't make sense. So this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the word around in a different way. We're trying to get it from you because, you know, they come to us and they'll say this, and we say about you, and they'll say, but how do you know? Well,
right,
I know
exactly.
because I've asked you. But if you tell them,
yeah, they don't believe you. Yeah,
no.
I know. I get it, and I'm glad I finally decided to do this. You know, you guys have been trying to contact me for I don't even know how many years to get me on a live and do this. So, you know, I decided to do it, and you know, I hope this helps a lot of people, a lot of victims, and you know, even future people that know that you like. No, if you see my face, it is definitely a fake profile. And I mentioned my other social medias on here, so you guys know, you know, what my real pages are.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Crazy. You know, we want to do it with as many as we can. Sometimes we pester. It's Jo, and she doesn't take no for an answer. So if any of the others are watching, don't say no to her because she'll just keep going.
right.
So yeah. So thanks very much, Shane. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on here and let me just, you know, talk and speak everything and making it aware about all these fake profiles. And I appreciate what you guys are doing. You know, you guys are making everything aware and, you know, getting more people to be able to break up all these marriages and relationships with me.
Oh yeah, I mean, we shouldn't laugh, but you know, we from the week that we did the one with Barry Bull, that's been, I've never ever broken up more marriages than I have with him.
I bet.
With Barry. So you're going to be next week's sort of.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry, you guys.
But no, I mean, we've got to try something, and if we can find a different way to get people to watch, and we can put words out and we can put pictures out, you know, we can put thousands of them out. I can put a picture out there with, you know, this is Shane Nichols, he's used in scams, and we can get 200 people saying yes he is, blah blah. But if I put a video out, we get 2,500 people in a day.
100%. No, I agree. I get it. Yeah, and with a photo too, like a lot of people aren't going to actually believe, and they might just say, "Oh, well, they're just saying this. They don't actually know the real Shane. They're just saying this." But you know, I get it. Like a video like this, you know, I can actually say from my words and my mouth. You know, you are talking to a fake profile because it's not me. And I'm very sorry for everybody that has been a victim. You know, there's a lot of, you know, I talked to a lot of women, thousands and thousands of women, and it is sad. And I'm sorry for all you guys that have been a victim of this from the bottom of my heart. Seriously.
I mean, you know, we're going back to the scum again, but they're looking for lonely people.
Yeah.
And that's awful. When you sat there and you were looking for lonely people who are going to be trusting, who are going to be nice. They use religion a lot. They're always praising God and quoting the Bible. And that's the sort of person that you've got sat in a room, you know, just looking for good people to steal as much as you can from them. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't care if I don't subscribe to them doing it because they're starving. I really don't. They're doing it because they're bad. Right. Yep. You know, they're doing it because they're bad people. So anyway, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate you guys.
The cat's gone to sleep. Mine hasn't turned up.
Yeah.
I've had the dog taken out for a walk, so he hasn't disturbed us either. So it's been really
perfect. Good.
Perfect. Anyway, I think you've got probably more women falling in love with you now than when you started. So you know, so ladies, he's got a fan page where he puts model pictures on.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll shout out my pages again. You know, on Instagram it's Shane Nichols. On TikTok it's Shane.Nichols, and all those, like, you can literally search Instagram and just search Shane Nichols and you'll find hundreds of fake profiles on that and TikTok.
But you can tell the real ones, Shane. When you go to your real pages, you can actually tell. Yeah, I mean, if you got pages that have, you know, 200 followers versus one main page that has, you know, hundreds of thousands of followers, like, it's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. So ladies, follow his just follow his fan page. Just be nice to him. But you're not going to get him. So thank you very much, Shane. I will say good night. It's not good night for you yet, but it is for
No,
me.
it is not. I'm going to say good night to you, but it's, you know, I got the rest of the day still here, so.
Well, I'm off to sort this video and have a gin and tonic. So that's
Awesome.
my
Have a
evening.
good night. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a good one.
Cheers,
All
Shane.
right.
Bye now.
All right, bye.